Hey guys, it's SSR again, and today I'm going to be talking about a dark, savage Dominator. I was requested by Canariton to work on one with flight and some stealth in it, so let's see what I can do. I'm going to try to put fly in it, and the stealth is going to be a little bit tricky, but I'm going to go with what I did with Marshall before with the super speed and sprint. So let's go. I'm going to pick the powers, and then I'll slot it up. Alright guys, so there we have it. I slotted everything up. I got some pretty good attacks out here. I took Dark Grasp, procced it all out. The proc rate's going to be alright on it. It's about 50 to 70% depending on the proc. It's going to be one of your main attacks you want to constantly use. The cast time is 1.67, so try to keep that as your first one to use. The proc is just going to kill things really fast. I procced out Feral Charge. That's going to be another one you want to proc out as well. It's not too bad on the proc rate, and it actually works. And I don't know if a lot of people know, but the further you are from the enemy, the better the damage is going to be from Feral Charge. Okay, so Maiming Slash, I put 5 slots of the Superior Blistering Colds, get a little bit of defense from that. Alright, we don't need too much defense on a Dominator because most of the things that a Dominator is going to be using is holds. So nothing's going to really be able to attack you. But when it does, I think you want to go after a little bit more resistance and HP just to try to survive any kind of damage. Alright, so Fearsome Stare, I 5 slotted with the Superior Ascending of the Dominator. You want 5 slots for the recharge. Okay, I took Hover and put the Luck of the Gamblers on Hover, Maneuvers, Weave, and yeah. Those are the main ones you can put the Luck of the Gambler proc on. Heart of Darkness, just 4 slots of the Superior Dominating Grasp, I should say. I wanted to go for a little bit more resistance, get a little bit more HP, and some more, you know, mez effects. Vicious, I 5 slotted with Hecatomb. Alright, Haunt, 3 slots of the Slowbound Allegiance with the recharge. You want that to try to come back as much as possible. And Spot Prey, just go ahead and just put Gaussians on there. That chance for build-up is going to help you do some good amount of damage. Rending Fury, 5 slots of the Armageddon. Go ahead and make sure you put that proc in there. Okay. Shadowfield, 5 slots of the Unbreakable Constraint. I used the proc on the Dark Grasp, so no proc on that one. Blood Craze, 6 slots of Preventative Medicine. The bonuses on Preventative Medicine are great. You want to use that. So go ahead and just 6 slot that one. It's mainly a try to save you power. It's more of a, oh crap, gotta use that, you know, power. Just in case. You really don't need to use it that much. Alright. Tough. 3 slots of Unbreakable Guard. And then a Steadfast on there. Keep that resistance pretty high. Charge Armor, 5 slots of the Gladiator. Give you some knockback protection, HP, you know, recovery. I put a knockback on Fly. I'm a big fan of knockback protection, if you've seen some of my other builds. You're going to already have some with Domination, okay? And yeah, so 3 slots of Shield Walls on Weave and Maneuvers, get some more HP bonuses. And Hawk, I just took that as a late power with 5 slots of Apocalypse for more HP, recharge, and a little bit more damage. Alright, so the main goal with the Dominator here is try to get Domination to stay perma. And right now mine's at 73 at a 90 second duration, with Hasten at 122 seconds with 120 second duration. Now mind you, my Hasten's not perma and Domination is perma, but if you notice the overlap is pretty wide on Domination. You have pretty much 17 seconds until you don't have it at perma, and by that time Hasten's back up and you can bring Domination back up. So it's pretty much perma. I would honestly suggest keeping Hasten on auto, and then whenever you see Domination pop up, click that. Alright? If you have something like a bind, you could probably bind it to your movement keys to automatically click Domination whenever you're moving around. That's up to you. I just like to click it as soon as I see it. Alright, so let's talk about some of the incarnates. For the incarnate on this one, I actually decided to go with Musculature Radial Paragon. Gives you some damage, run speed, endurance modification, some defense debuff to hit debuff, you know, because of the pets are going to do dark. Most of your attacks are dark anyway, so more debuff, better defenses. Alright. Endurance recover, you know, boost your endurance a little bit. And also, you could go Vigor if you wanted a little bit more accuracy, but I think you should be fine in there. You really don't need it. For Destiny, I always go Incandescence Radial, Judgment, Ion, Hybrid, Assault, Radial, Embodiment. You want the extra proc energy damage. For the interface, I went with Reactive Radial, the usual for me. And for the lore pet, Banish Pantheon. Okay. Destiny, you can definitely go with something else. You know, if you want Rebirth or possibly Barrier. You don't really need Clarion because you have the Mess Protection. But Barrier definitely could help you out if you want some more resistance and defense. But once again, you really aren't going to need too much defense with all those holds. You're pretty much going to balance out which holds you use at a time. And I'll show you when we go inside the game. Alright. After everything's slotted up, this is everything with... Let me see. Let me pick some accolades as well. Sorry. I'm going to turn on the accolades. And there you have it. We're pretty close to HP cap. 1606. Very off. 75 HP. It's alright. No big deal. It's not too much. If you go to the pay to win and get an amplifier, that'll put you perfectly at cap. Alright. Resistance is almost at cap. If you plus some of the resistances up, I'm sure you can get pretty close to it. Defense is at 24. It's alright. A purple, or even if you team up with other people, your defense will be perfectly fine. You know? Alright. So remember, this is one mechanic that you should probably know about Savage, and it's the Blood Frenzy. The more stacks you have of it, the more recharge and endurance discount you have. So the goal is to try to keep it at 5 if at all possible. It'll keep your recharge up and your endurance down, and your recharge at hasten, domination. It'll be perfect if you keep those going. Okay. All right. Everything's set up. Let's go in game and test it out. Alright guys, so I'm back in game. Pretty much everything's slotted up. You know, I've got everything pretty much matching what I had in mitts. Alright. Got all my incarnates. And accolades to show you everything. There you go, HP. There you are. Resistance. Pretty much the same. 72, 47, 24, 24, 20. Better in game. But alright. So, one thing I didn't talk about too much when I was showing the build was that I put the powers in order of cast time. So, and strength. Dark Grasp is going to be the main one you're going to use first. And then Maiming Slash, Vicious Slash. You can use Call Hawk when something's at range, but for the most part you probably won't use this as much unless you really want to. But Feral Charge and Rend Fury, you're going to click Feral Charge and then Rend Fury right in there. And go right in. Alright? Okay. Alright, so one thing that I like to do is make sure that I have Domination up, so I'll summon my pet first. Spam Snowball for a while. Mind you, it takes a minute for you to do it, so. Alright, once your Domination is up, go ahead and put Hasten back on auto. Click Domination. And then, alright, when we first start the mob, we're going to go ahead and use Shadow Field right on top of them. Use Feral Charge if you want to go in quickly. Alright. Dark Grasp. Maim, Vicious. Feel free to keep spamming that. Now, mind you, your hold is going to be out. This lasts for 30 seconds, so hopefully you can keep spamming your fearsome stare to hold them in place. Just alternate between holds and fearsome stare to keep it under control. So make sure to use haunted, or haunt I should say. Dark grasp on the bosses when you can. You want to hold them as much as you can. Use fearsome stare constantly. Alright. If you're worried about breaking your holds, use fearsome stare like I said. You want dark grasp to proc it out as much as possible. Feral charge, try to keep your distance when you want to use it, so you can deal that nice proc damage. Use your heal if you're worried about taking damage. There's a mob in front of me, so I'm going to try to keep them stunned over there. And this guy behind me. If you notice, I got 5 charges right now of Blood Frenzy. There's Domination. Go ahead and use fearsome stare. Hold everything in place, you know. It has a 30-second duration, so if you balance it right, you could probably keep the mob constantly held by going between Heart of Darkness and Shadow Field. Now, if you just are worried, just keep using fearsome stare. It's gonna hold them in place the whole entire time too. Alright. Fearsome stare. Here's your hold, Heart of Darkness. Alright. And it's pretty much just a rinse and repeat at this point. If you're worried about those guys breaking the field, use fearsome stare again. But alright, now let's go try to fight the elite boss. See how it goes. Alright, we're back. I had to do a little bit of clearing, but I pretty much got everything here. Alright, so now I'm going to start attacking Inferno. I'm going to pull him away from the altar real quick. Don't want him to come over here. See if he'll come here. I don't want them to go near him. Get that domination up. Hold them in place if you can. I'm gonna spam my holds as much as possible. Spam those holds, keep them held, whatever you gotta do. Once he's held, it's all downhill for him right there. Fearsome stare. Keep spamming Dark Grasp and Fearsome Stare as well. You don't want him to get any kind of hits on you. Once in a while, if you can, risk it, go for it. Go in if you can. I don't suggest it, but there you are. Not too bad. Had to keep our distance, but it was not that hard to hold. Once you hold him, it's going to be downhill for him. Remember, domination. Always keep an eye on your domination. Alright guys, hope you like what you saw. Once again, let me know what you think down in the comments below. Canaryton, I hope you like the build. And yeah, please, like and subscribe. Give me some advice on if we can work on something better. I'm going to be doing probably some other builds coming up soon. And sorry again for taking so long to make the next video. It's been a little bit rough with school. But alright, see you guys next time.